She stood before me, trembling and naked in my shed.
"I'm yours for the night,"
she gasped.
"You can do whatever you want with me."
So I took her to Nando's.
"Hurt me,"
she begged, raising her skirt as she bent over my workbench. "Very well," I replied. "You've got fat ankles and no dress sense." I gaze out of the 20th floor window at the vast, sprawling metropolis from behind my vast, sprawling desk and frown. Who could it be? "Very well," I reply eventually. "Send her up."
"Yes, Mr. Gray."
I lay the receiver back on its cradle. As I await my mysterious visitor, my steel-grey eyes roll around my vast, sprawling office, entirely white from floor to ceiling, apart from a mosaic of small monochrome photographs hanging on the opposite wall. My 50 shades of grey. One of the pictures catches my attention, and my manly lips curve upwards into a wistful smile.
"Harder!"
she cried, gripping the workbench tightly.
"Harder! Harder!"
"All right," I said. "What's the gross national product of Nicaragua?" I can still feel my knuckles rapping lightly on the heavy oak door of Mellor's Manor. The door flung open instantly, and my eyes were met, for the very first time, by the shapely, mature figure of Lady Christina Mellors. She was a good 15 years older than me, but even at my tender age, I felt something stir. I coughed, and in a timid voice inquired as to whether there might be any work she needed doing in the grounds of the manor. Her eyes widened, and she informed me that her gardener had left for the summer, on gardening leave apparently, and that with Lord Mellors also away, hunting rare tribes in the Amazon, her garden was in desperate need of a jolly good seeing to. Before I had time to reply, she grabbed my arm and led me to the garden shed, a shed that would change my life forever. My heart raced to see her lush, overgrown lawn, such a rare and wondrous sight. Nowadays the tendency is just for a small strip or no lawn at all. I emptied the small water butt for the 15th time that day and collapsed exhausted into my shed. I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
"Are you sure you can take the pain?"
she demanded, brandishing her stilettos. "I think so," I gulped.
"Here we go then,"
she said, and showed me the receipt. It was damp, uncomfortable, and didn't last very long, but it's true what they say, you never forget your first shed. Camilla was just one of several young ladies to sample the delights of my love shack. I got chatting to her in the local pub, and when I mentioned my unusual erection, she said she'd love to take a look, and so, after rather a lot of beers and baby shams, I forget what she had, we stumbled eagerly back to my house.
"No,"
she sighed, gazing sadly at the large stuffed crust Hawaiian with extra cheese.
"I said I'm really turned on by orders from dominants."